Good evening. Today I'm going to be talking about my airline on behalf of the project group. The name of my airline is DJ Airways, and I am the owner of this airline. And it's been 1 year now since we've run this airline, and today I will be doing a overcap of what we have done and what we have achieved. So let's begin with the table of contents. Firstly, I will be discussing about the background information of my airline and why I have set up this airline. Um, Second is going to be the operational process. So I'm going to be discussing how I managed and how I built up this airline. And thirdly is going to be the scheduling of this airline. And fourth is going to be the calculation of the load factors and the earnings. And finally is going to be the personal knowledge that I've learned. So let's talk about the basic information. So it was established in 2019. My airline was named after my best friend. Is labeled as international carrier and has been operated to 3 locations, including the home base. So the airline flies from Singapore, which is the home base, Singapore Changi Airport, to Hong Kong International Airport, which is one route, and the second route is from Singapore Changi Airport to Manchester Airport. And my airline has 787 Boeing 787 900, which is our main airplane, and it travels to both Hong Kong and Manchester from Singapore. For our staffing, we have about 70 flight attendants, 30 senior flight attendants, and 25 support staff, 20 maintenance staff, and we have 0 cargo at the moment because we have not established cargo yet. Let's talk about the branding of DJ Airways. The airline has a unique looking logo which represents a kangaroo, also known as its symbol and its iconic representation. And our aim is to serve the customers with convenience and with better life. And our slogan is "Fly DJ, Fly Long." Our services, DJ Airways offers first, business, and economy class with full configuration. So the airplane is 3x3x3, and we have configuration. For example, the first class has good seats. It has seats which are meant for first class users, and has business class, which is also modified, and we have put suitable seats for business travelers. And economy is also pretty good, as we still have TVs at the back of the seat. So our aim is to make life easier, because Singapore is a gateway to more businesses and to the world. So we want our passengers to come, and it is convenient for them to travel straight to other countries where they come from. So airline was operated. So we have followed some of the business plan that we have proposed. We have followed some structures and some plans. For example, the aircraft. We have proposed the 787. Unfortunately, we couldn't buy the 777 due to some financial difficulties and some profit difficulties. We were not gaining any profit, but we have worked with only one airplane, and it seems like we have equipped with reasonable facilities, and we managed to gain back the profit. And we're still looking at the market, if whether or not we should purchase more aircraft. The routes. Is also as we proposed, except for Dubai, which was a stopover in the business plan that we proposed, but we changed it because there wasn't any profit earning, and there was a misconception with the turnaround time. So we had to delay that, and we had to cancel that and make another route, which was to Hong Kong. And this was without the business plan itself. A and B checks. The aircraft mentioned in the business plan was out of fleet. Trip 787 was operated using what was proposed in the business plan, and simply followed what I mentioned in the business plan. The aircraft is scheduled to have A checks every 500 hours. So it has A checks every 500 hours and B checks every 7 months, which takes about um, which takes about one night, um, for the A check, and takes about 1 to 3 days for the B check. And the B check is located in Changi Airport as well. And the prices of DJ Airways is 5,389 for first class, business class 2,919, economy class is 1,499. This is for the route Singapore to Manchester, and from Singapore to Hong Kong, it is 1,723 for the first class. Business class is 934, and economy class is 479. And we have followed what we have proposed in the business plan, especially when we were talking about the competitors. We have always had a competitor which was very expensive, so we had challenged ourselves with that competitor, and we have managed to somehow got a more better way to come out with a better strategy. So we are much lower than the competitor in terms of pricing, and thus we have more traffic. And for the marketing aspect, we have agents who work with us, and they are doing their best to gain more customers by, though they are earning a bit of profit, but they're earning a bit of profit from us, but in return we're getting more customers and we're getting more passengers. So in the PowerPoint I have shown my schedule. As you can see, the schedule is pretty much every day. We're flying every day, 7 days a week. Other than that, we have A checks, and between the time is 500 hours mostly, and it is mostly used for flying, and we don't actually have any rest day except for the turnaround times. And the total hours in a week for DJ Airways to fly is about 75 hours, and it flies 2 routes to Hong Kong from Singapore, and 3 en route to Manchester from Singapore. And the load factor was 81.47 in the past year. The total income of our company is 26.547.757.06. This is the amount that we have earned in return. And I want to talk about the 3 things that I have learned from this project. So basically, the first one is I've learned more in-depth things. For example, the business side of airlines, which I never knew. For example, how I'm opening up an airline, I'm managing the airline, and I'm getting the good flow of the airline running. As well as I have learned how to ask people. My biggest problem is not asking, and through this first semester, I think I have managed to improve my asking skills, because I have always seen my teachers as mentors, and they have always helped me with managing my airline, and which I